Massive protest in China sparked by anger over lockdown. Crowd angered by lockdowns calls for China's Xi to step down. Blank sheets of paper become symbol of defiance in China protests. Vatican says China violated Pact on bishops. Taiwan president quits as party head. Foreign investors pile into Taiwan stocks. Musk says he will support DeSantis. Should we be calling it football or soccer? It's complicated.
Hello, I'm Amber. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News. It is Monday, November 28th, and here are your top stories. As nationwide infections set another record high of 39,791 new COVID-19 infections on November 26th, a deadly fire in Urumqi, Xinjiang, has sparked widespread public anger and protest as many internet users surmised that residents could not escape in time because the building was partially locked down. According to videos on TikTok and reports by various media outlets, a huge protest erupted in many cities, including Urumqi, Chongqing, Chengdu, Wuhan, Dalian, Guangzhou, Zhengzhou, Shanghai, and Beijing.
According to videos circulated on Chinese social media on the night of November 25th, crowds took to the streets in Xinjiang's capital of Urumqi, chanting "End the lockdown" and pumping their fists in the air after a deadly fire on November 24th triggered anger over their prolonged COVID-19 lockdown of more than 100 days. A fire on the night of November 24th killed 10 people in a high-rise building in Urumqi, capital of Xinjiang. The media said protests simmered in Shanghai early on Sunday as residents in several Chinese cities, many of them angered by a deadly fire.
Protesters angered by strict antivirus measures called for China's powerful leader to resign, an unprecedented rebuke as authorities in at least 8 cities struggled to suppress demonstrations on Sunday. In Shanghai, one large group chanted in the early hours of Sunday, "Down with the Chinese Communist Party, down with Xi Jinping." According to witnesses and videos posted on social media, students on numerous university campuses around China gathered to demonstrate over the weekend.
Reuters reported in the early hours of Monday in Beijing, 2 groups of protesters totaling at least 1,000 people were gathered along the Chinese capital's third ring road near the Liangma River, refusing to disperse. They chanted, "We don't want masks, we want freedom. We don't want COVID tests, we want freedom." AP reported police using pepper spray drove away demonstrators in Shanghai who called for Xi Jinping to step down and an end to one-party rule. But hours later, people rallied again in the same spot.
Chinese protesters have turned to blank sheets of paper to express their anger over a COVID-19 lockdown in a rare, widespread outpouring of public dissent that has gone beyond social media to some of China's streets and top universities. Images and videos circulated online showed students at universities in cities including Nanjing and Beijing holding up blank sheets of paper without banned slogans in silent protest, a tactic used in part to evade censorship or arrest.
According to tips being shared in chat groups seen by Reuters, protesters were advised to bring a sheet of white paper to at least one planned demonstration. In Hong Kong in 2020, activists also raised blank sheets of white paper in protest to avoid slogans banned under the city's new national security law. Demonstrators in Moscow have also used them this year to protest Russia's war with Ukraine. Internet users showed solidarity by posting photos of themselves holding blank sheets of paper on their WeChat or on Weibo.
The Vatican on Saturday accused Chinese authorities of violating a bilateral pact on the appointment of bishops by installing one in a diocese not recognized by the Holy See. A statement said the Vatican learned with surprise and regret that the bishop of another district has been installed as auxiliary or assistant bishop in Jiangxi. The unauthorized installation appeared to be one of the most serious violations of a 2018 agreement between the Vatican and Beijing on the appointment of bishops.
The accord, which some Catholics have denounced as a sellout to China's communist authorities, was last renewed for a 2-year period in October. Its details are still secret. In the statement, the Vatican said Jiangxi is not recognized as a diocese by the Vatican, that the installation did not conform to the spirit of dialogue that both sides had agreed to in 2018. The Vatican was expecting an explanation from Chinese authorities and was hoping that the similar episodes are not repeated.
Struck 它是 strike 这动词的过去式 strike a deal 就是
学习享受一个人的美好时光 FUNDAY 英语
Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen resigned as head of the ruling Democratic Progressive Party following local election losses on Saturday, in which the main opposition party, the Kuomintang, or KMT, was leading or claimed victory in 13 of the 21 city and county mayor seats up for grabs, including the capital Taipei compared to the DPP's 5. Tsai told reporters at party headquarters as she quit as party head, "The results failed our expectations. We humbly accept the results and accept the Taiwanese people's decision."
Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen, who has been outspoken about opposing China and defending Taiwan, has stepped down as head of the...
In the election on Saturday, Taiwanese voted for mayors, city council members, and other local leaders in all 13 counties and in 9 cities. There was also a referendum to lower the voting age from 20 to 18, which was defeated. Bloomberg reported Chiang Kai-shek's great-grandson, Jiang Wang-an, declared a victory in the race to be mayor of Taiwan's capital, as candidates from the Nationalist Party won the mayoral seat in Taipei, Taoyuan, Taichung, and New Taipei City.
Bloomberg reported foreign investors are piling back into Taiwan's market thanks to expectations of slower global rate hikes, helping make the benchmark gauge one of the region's best performers this month. According to Bloomberg compiled data, November's net inflows into Taiwan stocks reached $5.73 billion as of last Thursday, set for the first positive figure in 6 months and the most since June 2007. And past records show that the TAIEX rose by 10% on average 1 month after local elections.
They've supported the Taiwan Stock Exchange throughout the pandemic due to soaring global demand.
Bloomberg reported that the TAIEX index is up 14% so far this month, set for its best in more than 13 years, with index heavyweight Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing advancing 27%. The shifting sentiment has also lifted the Taiwanese dollar from its weakest level since 2016, with the currency jumping more than 4% in November to head for its strongest monthly gains since 1998. As companies are buying back shares to boost their portfolios for year-end window dressing, the outlook is more positive in December.
Elon Musk said last Friday he would support Ron DeSantis in 2024 if the Florida governor were to run for president. Earlier this month, DeSantis defeated Democratic opponent Charlie Crist by nearly 20 percentage points to be re-elected as Florida governor and cemented himself as the Republican Party's top rising star. Political pundits have been doling out high marks to DeSantis, who is seen as a potential challenger to former President Donald Trump in the 2024 field of Republican presidential candidates.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has dodged any questions about a potential 2024 run for president.
On Twitter, Musk said, "My preference for the 2024 presidency is someone sensible and centrist. I had hoped that would be the case for the Biden administration, but have been disappointed so far." In a tweet when asked if he would support DeSantis in 2024, he replied yes. The Twitter owner said, "As a reminder, I was a significant supporter of the Obama-Biden presidency and voted for Biden over Trump. DeSantis is popular with conservatives for issues concerning race and gender."
Football, or soccer, has been around for centuries, with its roots dating back over 2,000 years ago. But it was not until 1863 that England's Football Association cemented the sport's full name of Association Football when they established the game's first rules. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, linguistically creative students at the University of Oxford in the 1880s distinguished between the sports of rugby football, and a soccer, association football. The latter term was further shortened to soccer or soccer.
Capacity crowd cheering on their heroes.
CNN reported by the time association football in its round ball made its way across the Atlantic, American football was already the popular game claiming the name of football. Encyclopedia Britannica said in places where football can be ambiguous, soccer is usefully precise. But CNN reported by the 1980s, the term soccer became less and less favored by the British as the word to describe the global sport. And today, it's rarely used throughout the United Kingdom and also for much of the world.
FUNDAY News will help you sharpen your English skills and keep you informed about international current events. If you want to know more about our other programs and keep learning about the world's most important topics in English, please click the link in the description below to join FUNDAY for free. I'm Amber, your host. I'll see you next time.